Imagine if we created a more competitive, resilient, and inclusive regional economy. Our mission as a community foundation is to create a more equitable, fair, just Fairfield County. We want every child that grows up in this region to have the access to education, health, and all the resources any one of us would want for our own children. But we appreciate that things resonate differently with different people, and so we want it to be able to tell the full story of why increasing opportunity for every person in the region makes sense. That there actually is a real economic value, and not just a value to the person who's getting more opportunity, but a real value to the entire community.
The Urban Institute's Upside study looked at the potential benefits to Fairfield County for closing gaps in income, in housing, and in education that fall along racial and ethnic lines. What we found was there would be an extra $15.6 billion in economic activity in Fairfield County if these gaps were addressed.
Part of our goals for initiating this data was to test the zero-sum theory. And so we now have that evidence to show that advancing equity is not a zero-sum game, and that we actually all win by advancing equity.
When we advance opportunity for all, we're actually creating the communities where both people and the businesses around us are able to thrive. It's about shifting some of those underlying conditions that make success possible. Systems change helps you understand, what do I do to shift some of those things that make these problems that seem so intractable actually shift? It's not just about what your nonprofit does or what my company does, but rather how do these pieces connect for the benefit of our entire community?
With our work with the City of Stamford, we do a lot of community engagement. For example, we worked with the Stamford 2035 plan, which is the 10-year comprehensive plan for the city. And really what that's doing is framing how should our city look like in the next 10 years. We initially thought, well, we have to include the youth. We teach the youth, so it was a natural bridge for us. It was so informative because these children, these students have lived experiences. We created a system where more voices were included, different demographics were included, and it became more of a true reflection of the city of Stamford and what it looks like and who got to participate.
Social justice is beneficial to society. We are all members of the society, and therefore when you create opportunity by giving and by helping other people, actually the person who gets the greatest benefit is the giver, not the receiver.
It's so hard to do things one at a time, one company at a time, one nonprofit at a time, one government agency at a time. We all, I think, have the same goals, which is to provide better lives for all of our citizens, but we don't know how to do it. So we need to collaborate to learn about how things can be successful.
I serve on the Community Advisory Group, which is one of the board committees for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The Fed thinks about the ways that our markets work together. And they have this initiative that's really about missing markets. And in many ways, what missing markets means is underserved markets that people aren't paying a lot of attention to, where there's all this untapped economic potential. And I think that initiative relates really, really closely to what we're trying to do in terms of inclusive economic growth. So growth that brings everyone into the conversation, gives everyone the opportunity to be an earner, a potential employer, a homeowner. And so I'm really excited about the opportunity to integrate these two initiatives and frankly to leverage the work that I've been doing with the Fed to really build in a way where they can help us build a stronger, more competitive, resilient, and inclusive regional economy.
There's a lot of doom and gloom, but I'm actually incredibly optimistic about the future. One thing that I see happening is folks engaging more and more at the local level. In my humble opinion, that's where change actually happens. If we can have more of these spaces where folks are coming together in partnership with business, with government, with philanthropy, and most importantly, with the community members that are deeply impacted, that's how we're going to get to the change that we want to see.
We have this real opportunity to pull together across cities and communities, across sectors, to engage with people that we don't normally engage with, but to create something that's bigger and more beautiful and more vibrant for all of us.
There are wide opportunity gaps in Fairfield County, but the Upside report makes one thing clear. There is real upside for all of us if we address them. Working together, we can unlock nearly $16 billion in new economic activity that will benefit families, businesses, and our entire community. This is a rare opportunity to do something different. It's an opportunity for businesses to have more customers and skilled employees, and for each of us to have a better quality of life. We're inviting business leaders to help co-create the solutions as partners in a regional partnership for inclusive economic growth. If you're ready to lead, let's talk, because the time for action is now, and it starts right here together. Join us in envisioning a more vibrant economic future for all of Fairfield County.